my first answer is always, it shouldn't matter, right? At the end of the day, it really shouldn't matter as long as the teams are working together and it's truly sales and marketing, no spaces, then you are in perfect alignment and perfect harmony, and everything is beautiful. There definitely are pros or cons. I think in my experience, I probably at least would say I prefer when it's part of marketing. But it works equally. It can work equally well in both cases. If it's in Alert Logic, it actually sits within the marketing organization. And what's great about that, first off, is the alignment with sales is it's by default. It's there. They are trained with the sales organization. They have a natural relationship with the AEs. They're aligned on success. And so, my partner on the sales side, who we have a great relationship, it's very clear. He knows what he expects of them. And then, when you have that trusted relationship, it works well because I probably spend as much time with our BDR team as anybody in the company. Because at the end of the day, what the BDR solve for is not closed-won deals. Obviously, they're a contributor. They enable closed-won deals, but the BDR function is really about creating pipeline, right? And so, the way I've always positioned myself as a marketer is I am, the one person in the company who owns pipeline. You gotta be accountable for something. Right. And so I put my accountability as a CMO, as an executive on our ELT, around pipeline. And there's many cases where I have 100% of control of how that pipeline is created. But it's a great way to align yourself with, first off, the rest of the business understands what you do. Not everybody understands what an MQL is or an inquiry is, or how exciting it is to create a complicated piece of new content or whatever. But everyone gets pipeline. Pipeline feeds sellers, and sellers create bookings that generate revenue for the business. And many good things follow that. So as long as there's that alignment on pipeline, and the BDR's goal is pipeline and marketing's goal is pipeline, so it is a very, very, very harmonious relationship. And I can look to our head of sales and say, hey, I'm working with your team so that we can generate pipeline for your sellers. I think some of the challenges you can get into is I don't have, there's certainly some things that I don't have absolute control over. I don't have I can certainly raise and influence things around comp, but I don't control the comp model. How we run spiffs and do things of that nature, but it's a pretty big lever. And I would say if you're in an organization where sales and marketing don't necessarily see eye to eye, then your BDR function or SDR function, whatever you call it, they may not be operating in a way that's really set up to maximize the value of what your marketing team is generating. So that 90% that you talked about may be significantly less, and the ROI that you're generating for every dollar you're spending in marketing, could be cut in half if you don't have an effective sales development function, kind of picking it up and taking it forward.